Greetings. My name is Presley Nelson Jr., and I serve as a chairman for the centennial celebration of the flagship, the Washington, D.C. alumni chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi. On behalf of our polemark, Brother Donald Greenwood, and the board of directors, I welcome you to our 100-year anniversary celebration. Special shout out to my vice chairman, Brother Michael Butler, and the committee, because for the past year and a half, we've been working so hard to put on this grandiose experience for you. And a part of this experience, we're going to take a walk down memory lane so you can see some of our highlights as we reflect on the historic legacy of the flagship. Let's get into it.
On behalf of Robert C. Cooper and the Board of Directors, I welcome you to our 90th celebration. I want you to sit back and enjoy all that the committee has prepared for you for the last year or so we've been planning, and enjoy. Thank you and welcome, my brothers.
I'm gonna take a stroll one day down a Kappa Lane. Hand me down my Kappa. We're almost there. We've come a long way. The road is rough, and we've no time to play. Oh no, que sigh, the road to find new path.
I'm Don Greenwood, the polemark of the Washington, D.C. Alumni Chapter. Today we're here at the historic Kappa House of the Washington, D.C. Alumni Chapter. Our mission today is to go out to our undergraduate chapters under the Washington, D.C. Alumni Chapter, which is the Beta Kappa Chapter at the University of District of Columbia, the Z Chapter at Howard University, the Kappa Chi Chapter, which is over 3 campuses, Georgetown University, George Washington University, as well as American University. Our Theta Tau chapter will be joining us at the various campuses as we go out to our day.
And good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brother Gordon Andrew Lee Fletcher. I have the honor of serving as the first vice polemark of the Washington, D.C. Alumni Chapter. And today is National Voter Registration Day, and we're just excited to collaborate with our undergraduate brothers and go to each campus and just educate college students about the importance of voting. And not just that, just let folks know how important this upcoming election will be in November. One of our mottos in Kappa Alpha Psi is training for leadership. And what better way to do that than connect with our undergrads on National Voter Registration Day?
The future of Washington alumni is that it is a model for all chapters in the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. And based upon the fact of the diversity of men in that chapter, in all aspects of life, will be a model for any member who wants to become a member of alumni to emulate.
Welcome to the Daily Detox Podcast. I'm your man, Dion J. And today I got the good brothers of the flagship chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, Washington, D.C. alumni.
Yo, baby, yo!
Thank you, brother. There you go. Yeah, let me introduce myself. First of all, I'm John Cotton. I'm the 47th pole mark of the Washington, D.C. alumni chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, the flagship of the fleet. And I got here with my first vice pole mark right here. I let him introduce himself.
Brandon Craddock, Washington alumni, spring 2008. As Brother Paul Mark just said, first vice Paul Mark of the chapter. What's going on, brothers? My name is Gordon Andrew Fletcher. I'm the spring 2003 initiate of the American University chapter, Kappa Chi, Kappa Alpha Psi. And I'm currently political social action chairman under the leadership of Brother Paul Mark and Brother First Vice Paul Mark.
Good, man. Glad to have you guys here today, man. I'm curious to know, man, like, how did you get the street renamed? How did that happen? I mean, that's huge for the city. That's huge for Kappa. Just tell people, man, how it happened.
Well, one thing during the summer, just to bring everybody up to speed, in September, we had the street out front of the house redesignated as Kappa Alpha Psi Way. It's the only street that's designated where Kappa House sit at in the entire fraternity. It was a well-deserved designation for the Washington, D.C. alumni chapter because we have an entrenched history in the fabric of this city since we've been around since 1924. I mean, a lot of great things happened. We got a lot of great people that made a big difference in this city in every field of human endeavor, from education, from politics, from anything you can name, from media, from anything you can name. You have a great Kappa person that was in that field and bringing DC forward and helping us become who we are today.
So what was the process like of getting that to happen with the mayor of the city, Mayor Bowser? I know she did the ceremony. A lot of brothers were out social distancing in front of the house and on the street. Like, what was the process like to get that to happen?
Yeah, the great thing was it was a brainchild. We do a charter day. We were celebrating our 95th charter day. And so in those charter day meetings, we think about things that we can do to help bring awareness to our works that we do in the city. So it kind of was a brainchild of Brother David Brewer, who brought the idea to the charter day committee, and he took a lead on it. He went down there, then along with Brother Fletcher right here, met with the local ANC community to get their blessings on about getting this street designation, understanding what we brought to this community, what we brought to the city. They were on board with it. And then we took it down to the D.C. Council, where we had another one of our brothers at that point in time, is Brandon Taj, who was a city councilman. And we presented the idea to him, and he, along with the credentials that says that we deserve this honor, and he presented it to the rest of the D.C. Council. And then, of course, you had great brothers like Past Pole Mark, Randy Reed, myself, Brother Terry Brooks, who was in charge of our Historical House Restoration Foundation, go before the city council and testify.
Hardrick, I think, was there too.
And Brother Hardrick was there. A few other brothers was right there. I didn't want to miss nobody.
Right,
And the thing right there. So it started with under the leadership of David Brewer, but along a lot of great work with the brothers of these chapters. Everybody came in all the way to the street designation, where we still had brothers from the chapter, making sure we were social distanced on that day. So it was a great day. It was a great team effort. It was definitely led by Brother Brewer, who did a fantastic job of leading us forward.
Today, in this fraternity due to take its rightful place among the leaders as far as getting our people, African Americans, focus again on the things that are relative to us as far as coming together as a people. What can we do as an organization today in today's time?
So first of all, we've got to move down to the high school level. Get the youngsters, young men who are somewhat undecided as to what they're going to do in life.
Kids don't want to hear
They don't want to hear from us per se, but we've got to somehow or another connect with them to let them know that this is an organization of men following men who have strived to achieve and bring forth that which is wholesome for young men to come into an organization. And I think we need to do more of that, and not so much dealing with the men of our peers, but go to the young men to try and put them on the right road to success and achievement.
I'm sure you, as a father of a college student, what would be your perspective on that?
You put me in spots.
I would say that we really need to go back and look at and take a real close look at the capital alpha. And when you read what was happening with the capital alpha back in 1910, 1911, 1912, the picture you come away with is that here were 10 men who founded this organization. They actually did that. They did not sit back and wait for people to come to them. They had a model and a picture of what they wanted, what they felt a real capital man was all about. So they went out and they solicited from urban option, Frank Summers, to first initiates at the Alpha Center. Then they got in their cars and they rode over to the University of Illinois, and there they found Earl B. Dickerson. Then they left there and they went over to the University of Iowa, and then they went to Wilberforce. They were actually going out and identifying people who really weren't college students. You know, remember, Urban Armstrong was identified to become a Catholic before he graduated from high school. So they already knew the kind of model.
They saw the promise.
Yeah, they knew the kind of model. And so like you were saying, Brother Burgess, you go down to the high school and you identify those young men in high school, and you begin to indoctrinate them in high school, and so forth. And of course, much later on in life, they under Grand Polemarch J. Jerome Peters, they created something called guiding. And so guided right has been with us since really the 20s and so forth. But it really means going back to the high school and identifying young men in the high school. For those of you who have daughters, you got to realize that unless you do something in the high school, your daughters are not going to have anybody married.
I still agree with that. That's a soulful thought.
So I think you start. I think you go back and imitate what they did with the Kappa Alpha Nu. High schools, men, culture, patriotism, honor, men of character, men of integrity, and then you build upon that. And you know what, Skip? We get men just like you. We went to Langston to shoot the round ball. We left Langston, a man respected and recognized worldwide. Not simply because he got the gallery was granted, but what it took to get there.
If you had a message to give our Grand Polemarch, Brother Burgess, what message would you give Brother Tutton as far as what he can do to take us into the millennium, making a difference as the men of Kappa Alpha Nu did initially?
I think that when I was a small boy, the one thing that excited me about Kappa was the willingness of Kappa men to work together. As I look at this nation today, as we approach the 21st century, the dawn of the 21st century, I think we're in serious trouble unless we can get our people out to the place to work. So we got to vote. We got to elect the right kinds of people to office. Second thing I think we got to do is we as men must begin to focus on our health. Brother Burgess gave me some very good advice the last time I saw him, and I'm taking that advice. Not going to have to get some drastic things done like I thought, and so very good. But we've got to realize that we as African men and fathers are role models for young boys that we may only come into contact on one occasion.
Not to forget the young men who are in our chapters today that we need to nurture. We be the next great generation of Kappa men. We cannot forget the fact that we're role models for those young men too. That we have to train for leadership with our own young men who are sitting in this house and not sit up here and waste time arguing on things that are really not making a difference within our community as black men, as African American men. So I guess in closing, it's almost what we're saying is we need to go back to the basics.
That's right.
We need to go back to the basics as a fraternity and make the difference in our communities as men of Kappa Alpha Psi, because we have the blueprint. As Brother Carl Officer said many years ago at a Grand Chapter meeting, we are the godfathers to Black America. It's the Kappa men are the godfathers to Black America. So that is something that I truly believe. So with that, I thank you all for your time. And I think with that, we certainly can make a difference in our goals. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Good job.
Thank you, Brother.
Good job. That's a wrap.